For many, the sacrifices made by our veterans remain distant memories, etched in history books and faded photographs. But for those who lived through these conflicts, the memories are as vivid as the day they were forged. Honor Flight of the Ozarks is an organization dedicated to honoring these heroes with one last mission and ensuring they receive the recognition and welcome home they deserve. In gratitude, Honor Flight of the Ozarks. March 28th at 8 p.m.
This locally produced documentary, In Gratitude, Honor Flight of the Ozarks, premieres March 28th on Ozarks Public Television. And joining us now is Brent with OPT. Brent, how are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we're excited to learn more about this. So there are a lot of viewers out there that may be familiar with what Honor Flight of the Ozarks is, but also a lot who maybe never heard of it. So why don't you tell people a little about the organization?
So Honor Flight of the Ozarks is an organization that is one mission for veterans to go to D.C. to see the memorials created in their honor for their service and sacrifice and return them safely home to a welcome home celebration. Much of the type that a lot of veterans after World War II did not come home to.
Yeah, that's really special. Now, is this something that here in the Ozarks, do we do this just once a year or does it happen multiple times a year?
It happens multiple times a year.
Okay.
So Honor Flight of the Ozarks is an independent hub of the Honor Flight Network, which is throughout the country. There are multiple Honor Flight hubs that do similar trips. Honor Flight of the Ozarks is very special to us. They take a plane load, a full 737 of passengers to D.C. and take them around town in large motor coaches. They see all the monuments. And it's really not just a trip, right? So it is taking veterans to D.C. and returning them home. One of the things about the documentary that we really wanted to do was to structure it so that you got to meet the veterans that were on the trip, get some of their stories, so you learned the importance of what the trip meant to them, so that you could feel the emotion that they were going through and knew what made it so special for them to go on this honor flight.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be pretty impactful to watch. And you were actually one of the producers that put this documentary together. So what was it like for you kind of working on this and learning even more about some of these veteran stories?
Right, so it was a long day. It is a full day that these folks go through, starting at 2 a.m. at the Springfield Airport, right?
Wow.
And then return home about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night to a welcome home ceremony like no other. As we went through the day, we were learning different veterans and their stories and trying to follow them around to see the significance of the memorials that they were visiting and see their reactions to them. And some of them were quite emotional. So when we returned home, we got to sit down with them and do interviews at length to learn their history of their service. And those are all stories that are part of the documentary. So we have World War II veterans, we have Korea veterans, and Vietnam veterans that participated in the program. And you see the range of emotion and the differences of how they were welcomed from World War II, folks that came home, to large parades, welcome home banners, to Korea that largely was a call the forgotten war for a good reason. And then Vietnam, and then some of the confrontations that veterans had, even trying to return home to civilian life. So the culmination of the entire trip is really a healing process for a lot of veterans that is well needed.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said that because I was just sitting here thinking, like, you know, there's so many of us that will never, ever firsthand understand or experience what it's like to be, you know, to serve or to be a veteran. And so why would you encourage people to check this out? Or maybe what do you think people are going to take away after watching this?
So, you know, the veterans that have served, we see a lot of ceremonial Veterans Day tributes and things like that. You really need to learn and talk to some veterans to really understand what they went through, what the service and sacrifice that they went through meant to them, to understand what it means to our community at large and for their service and sacrifice for our freedom.
Yeah, so if people want to watch this or want to get more information on it, how do they do that?
So it's going to be on Ozarks Public Television this Thursday night at 8 p.m. It will rebroadcast Monday at 8 p.m. as well after Antiques Roadshow. And then it will be online at video.optv.org after that, so folks can tune in and see it, and it'll be streamed online.
Okay, very cool. Well, thanks for working on this film, and thanks for coming to share all the information. It sounds really cool.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course.